I want to talk a little bit more about my advanced training course. I think it's important to think about it in a couple ways. One is it will certainly help you with your clients and give you an understanding and perhaps a more advanced way to think about the things that come out of the client's mouth. And in fact, what the client says trumps everything that you've kind of had planned in your head. Because people sometimes forget that Shapiro and Jung both believe that the clients know the answer to the problem and the therapist doesn't. And so it's okay for us to not know. And it's a powerful place to be, to allow yourself to not know. And if you have this idea that, no, I'm the doctor, I'm the therapist, I went to graduate school, everything about graduate school is about knowing. And to sort of turn that on its head and say, I have no clue. That kind of frees you up to be really curious and to really kind of listen to every word that comes out of the client's mouth. So, we're trained, you have your target sequence plan and you're talking to the client and this is the problem and I have panic attacks and, this was the first one, this was the worst one. That's all fine and good. But that's a frontal lobe to frontal lobe kind of process. This is a top-down process. So you're going to get top-down information. And so EMDR has this wonderful way of doing the bottom-up process we talk about, right? But to assume that there's no bottom-up stuff happening without the stimulation is incorrect. Because there is kind of unconscious material that sort of presents itself just in conversation. And most clinicians have no idea what that sounds like or what that looks like. In fact, they're not even really interested. They just know thoughts, feelings, images, memories, and body sensations. They're going to find out what the problem is, figure out a target, figure out negative cognition, go to work. And that's fine, because EMDR, it'll fix stuff. So I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just saying that there's this other way where the therapist is kind of like this blank slate, and the therapist is really a receptor of things, not a presenter of things, a receptor. And I always talk to my people that I certify and that I train. They want to go, okay, so I didn't do this on the timeline. We still have to do this. I said, put that timeline away. That's to get the process started. Just listen to what the client says. And a lot of times they'll come in with something that seems really kind of silly or unremarkable. And I can't tell you how many times I've targeted food, like French fries. That's target. Broccoli, what am I talking about? Well, Jung says the unconscious speaks in nonsense. So, if somebody comes in and they start talking to me about their barking dog this morning, and how it frustrated them, I don't say, well, we have this plan because of your abusive mother. Of all the things that this person's experienced in their entire life, all the bad things, they're telling me about this dog. And I think I'm going to listen to this. And whenever I do, most of the time, I respect that, and it ends up being the most powerful, revealing EMDR processing session that I've ever had with them, because there's no frontal lobe stuff going on. It's just what's happening, and if you have this Jungian understanding that your unconscious becomes an adversary if you avoid, and it's an ally if you work with it, if you come in to do the work. And I can't tell you how many times people say things to me, they don't know why they're saying it. People will have dreams and they'll share their dreams, and the dreams, they don't have a clue. But it's as if that dream was for me. And I understand it. And it changes the direction of our work. So this Jungian course is about this sort of allowing the mystery of the human psyche to present itself for the therapist to respect it and understand it and allow the vastness of its wisdom to be present and just set down all of this medical model. Here's my treatment plan. Here's my this. Here's my that. Let's just put that stuff away and just listen. So in a way, it's sort of ear training for the therapist. And Jung has this very clear description about what the unconscious sounds like and what it looks like. And the Course kind of teaches that. And there's videos we watch where I demonstrate it. And it's, a couple videos I have that a person, they say a lot of stuff sometimes. Sometimes I will let them talk more than maybe other EMDR therapists because I'm listening for the thing. And it always shows up. And then I go with that. And that's the Jungian phrase I'm listening for, and it opens up generalization, and oftentimes the session moves quickly through the client's life, and we can get in and out of an EMDR session in 15, 20 minutes, a profound one. By just having this other perception, it doesn't disregard the, thoughts, feelings, images, memories, and body sensations. It just is something, and it's an addition to that, an additional thing to be aware of that will really enhance your skill, the efficiency of the process, and the effectiveness of the process. So come join us for a weekend.